What if the problems you're avoiding today are quietly destroying your future? Think about it. How many difficult conversations have you postponed? How many responsibilities have you ignored? How many fears have you pushed aside, hoping they would disappear on their own? Most people believe that if they avoid their problems long enough, life will somehow solve them for them. But life doesn't work that way. Problems ignored don't get smaller, they grow. The debt increases, the stress intensifies, the fear becomes stronger, the opportunities disappear, and before you realize it, the very thing you tried to escape has taken control of your life. Here's the harsh truth. Running away from problems may give you temporary comfort, but it creates long-term suffering, because every problem you refuse to face today becomes a heavier burden tomorrow. And that's exactly why so many people feel trapped. Not because they aren't capable of changing their lives, but because they keep avoiding the very things that could set them free. Now let me ask you something. What problem in your life have you been avoiding? The difficult decision, the uncomfortable conversation, the goal you've been postponing. Deep down, you already know what it is. And here's something even more important. What is that avoidance costing you? Your peace of mind, your confidence, your relationships, your future. Because every day you choose avoidance over action, you're making a decision about the life you'll live tomorrow. But here's the good news. Courage isn't the absence of fear. Courage is choosing to act despite fear. The Stoics understood this better than anyone. They knew that the obstacle isn't standing in your way. The obstacle is the way. The very challenges you're trying to escape may be the exact things that help you grow stronger, wiser, and more resilient. So stay with me, because in this video, you'll discover why avoiding problems is secretly destroying your life, why your mind is wired to seek comfort instead of growth, and most importantly, how to develop the courage to face your problems before they destroy your future. And trust me, the final lesson may completely change the way you deal with challenges forever. If you're ready to stop running and start taking control of your life, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and let's begin. Here's something most people don't realize. Avoidance feels like relief, but it's actually a trap. Think about the last time you avoided something important. Maybe it was checking your bank account because you were afraid of what you'd see. Maybe it was having a difficult conversation because you didn't want conflict. Maybe it was starting that project you've been putting off for months because you were afraid of failing. In that moment, avoiding it probably felt good. You felt temporary relief. But what happened afterward? Did the problem disappear, or did it quietly grow bigger in the background? That's the dangerous thing about avoidance. It gives you comfort today while stealing your peace tomorrow. The truth is, your brain is designed to avoid discomfort. Thousands of years ago, avoiding danger kept our ancestors alive. But in modern life, that same instinct often works against us. Instead of protecting us from real threats, it convinces us to avoid growth. It tells us not to have the difficult conversation, not to take the risk, not to start the business, not to apply for the opportunity, not to face our fears. And while it feels safe in the moment, that safety comes at a price, because everything you want in life exists on the other side of discomfort. Confidence comes from facing situations that scare you. Strength comes from overcoming challenges. Growth comes from doing things you don't feel ready for. Now let me ask you something. Imagine yourself 1 year from now if you continue avoiding the problems you're facing today. What happens? Does your health improve if you keep ignoring it? Do your relationships get better if you avoid difficult conversations? Does your financial situation change if you keep postponing action? Of course not. The cost of avoidance compounds over time. Small problems become major crises. Minor fears become overwhelming anxieties. Temporary discomfort becomes permanent regret. And that's a price too many people end up paying. But here's the powerful truth. Most problems are far less terrifying when you actually face them. The anticipation is often worse than reality. The conversation you feared might strengthen your relationship. The challenge you avoided might reveal how capable you truly are. The opportunity you were afraid to pursue might completely change your life. But you'll never know if you keep running away. Fear thrives in avoidance. Courage grows through action. The Stoics believe that obstacles are not interruptions to life. Obstacles are life. Marcus Aurelius wrote that the obstacle becomes the path. In other words, the very thing standing in your way may be the thing that helps you become the person you're meant to be. Every problem carries a lesson. Every challenge builds resilience. Every difficulty develops character. The question isn't whether you'll face problems. You will. The question is whether you'll allow them to break you or strengthen you. If this message is helping you see your challenges differently, take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Every lesson here is designed to help you build mental strength, emotional resilience, and the courage to face life head-on. Now here's the biggest mistake people make. They wait until they feel ready. But readiness is often an illusion. You'll rarely feel fully prepared to have the difficult conversation. You'll rarely feel completely confident before taking a big risk. You'll rarely feel fearless before stepping outside your comfort zone. And if you keep waiting for the perfect moment, you'll spend your entire life waiting. The people who succeed aren't fearless. They simply decide that growth is more important than comfort. They act while they're uncertain. They move forward while they're afraid. And with every small step, they become stronger than they were before. So how do you stop running away from your problems and start taking control of your life? It begins with a simple but powerful decision. Stop asking, "How can I avoid this?" and start asking, "What's the first step I can take?" Because you don't have to solve everything overnight. You don't need all the answers right now. You only need enough courage to take the next step. One conversation, one decision, one action. That's how real change begins. Not with giant leaps, but with small acts of courage repeated consistently. Here's a practical strategy you can start using today. Whenever you're faced with a problem, ask yourself 3 questions. First, can I control this? If the answer is no, stop wasting your energy fighting what you cannot change. If the answer is yes, move to the second question. What's one action I can take right now? Not tomorrow, not next week, today. Then ask yourself the third question. What happens if I continue avoiding this? Often, the pain of staying the same is much greater than the discomfort of taking action. These 3 questions can completely change how you approach challenges. Remember this, problems don't disappear because you ignore them. They disappear because you confront them. Every difficult conversation you avoid steals your peace of mind. Every responsibility you postpone weakens your confidence. Every fear you refuse to face becomes bigger in your imagination. But the moment you decide to act, something incredible happens. You begin to trust yourself again. You prove to yourself that you're stronger than your excuses, and more capable than your fears. And that confidence carries into every area of your life. Think about all the people you admire, the people who inspire you, the people who have built meaningful lives. Do you think they got there by avoiding challenges? Of course not. They faced rejection. They dealt with uncertainty. They made mistakes. They experienced setbacks. But they kept moving forward. They understood that growth and comfort rarely exist together. They chose temporary discomfort in exchange for long-term fulfillment. And that's a choice available to you right now. The Stoics taught that we cannot control what happens to us, but we can always control how we respond. Life will test you. Unexpected problems will appear. Difficult moments are unavoidable, but suffering is often amplified by resistance and avoidance. The more you accept that challenges are part of life, the more prepared you'll be to handle them with strength and wisdom. Stop asking, "Why is this happening to me?" Start asking, "What is this teaching me?" Because every challenge carries a lesson if you're willing to learn from it. So from this day forward, make a promise to yourself. Stop running. Stop hiding. Stop waiting for fear to disappear before you take action. Fear may never fully go away, and that's okay. Courage was never about feeling fearless. Courage is acting despite fear. It's choosing growth over comfort, responsibility over excuses, progress over perfection. And if you're overwhelmed right now, remember this. You don't have to conquer every problem in your life today. You only need to face the next one. Take one step, solve one issue, have one conversation, make one difficult decision, then do it again tomorrow. Over time, those small moments of courage will transform you into someone stronger, wiser, and more resilient than you ever thought possible. Because the truth is, the problems you're avoiding today may be the very things that prepare you for the life you want tomorrow. The obstacle isn't there to stop you. It's there to shape you, to teach you patience, discipline, resilience, and strength. Don't let temporary fear rob you of a future filled with growth and opportunity. Never forget this. Avoiding problems may feel safe in the moment, but it slowly destroys your confidence, your peace, and your potential. Facing your problems may be uncomfortable, but it builds character, self-respect, and inner strength. One path leads to regret, the other leads to growth. The choice is yours. Will you continue running from your problems, or will you face them and become the person you're capable of being? Because your best life isn't found in comfort, it's found on the other side of courage. If you made it to the end of this video, I want you to remember something important. Every problem you avoid steals a piece of your future, but every problem you face builds the person you're meant to become. You don't need to have everything figured out. You just need the courage to take the next step. If this video helped you change the way you think about challenges, hit the like button. It helps this message reach more people who are struggling with fear, procrastination, and the habit of avoiding difficult situations. And if you're committed to becoming mentally stronger, more disciplined, and more resilient, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Now I want you to make a commitment to yourself. Go down to the comments and type, "I choose courage over comfort." Not for me, for yourself. Let it be a reminder that from today forward, you will stop running from your problems and start facing them one step at a time. And before you leave, don't stop here. The video on your screen right now is the perfect next step. If you want to build more confidence, stronger discipline, and an unbreakable mindset, click that video and continue your journey of growth. Because the people who transform their lives aren't the ones who watch one motivational video and move on. They're the ones who take action and keep showing up every single day. So click the next video, keep growing, and I'll see you there. Stay strong. Stay disciplined, face your fears, and remember, every problem you confront makes you stronger than the person you were yesterday.